Hey, I'm Chuck, and I'm here with Kirsten and Justin, and this week is about endurance. It's about staying with it when the excitement wears off. I don't know about you, but I need this message. This is preaching to me.
Yes.
So one of the questions to kick it off, do you think endurance is taught or caught? Is that a nature or nurture thing?
I think it's caught. I mean, you can learn and talk theory all you want. Endurance is in action. You know what I mean? Like yes, it's a mindset, but I think it's a mindset after habits that get you to that point where you go, no, I know I can get through this. No, I know I've got it. You know, I think it's caught.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I tend to. What about you? Do you agree with that? Or
I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't have many people that are walking me through the step-by-step checklist of like, this comes before this, to build your endurance. Even though it might seem like that online, I feel like there's a lot of pages out there that will try and teach you that, but they're not doing anything as much as my life experiences and what I've gone through to build up that endurance and that muscle. So
yeah, that's right.
I agree.
I agree. You know, I had a season of my life that I only saw as a season in retrospect, where God was giving me a lot of opportunities to build endurance. So, you know, I grew up in a family that my parents are super risk averse, like no risk. They didn't want anything risky. So it led me to kind of be in a comfort spot for much of my life. But I had a season where, you know, whether it was learning to run and ultimately running marathons and half marathons, learning to ride a motorcycle, doing some trips that were beyond my skill level and needing to push myself. I had all these things happening. When I look back on all of that, I agree with you that it's caught because that was a season in my life where God was developing endurance in me.
Yeah.
It was a season in my life where I had lots of things that I was going to wake up day after day after day after day and not be good at.
Yep.
But still have to apply myself and do it again and again and again and again. And then over time, you do get muscle memory and you do get those skills. And I think for me, that was just probably a really formational moment in my life as an adult where God was like, I want you doing all of these physical things because I want to teach you endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, have you had any seasons like that where you would say like this thing specifically formed endurance in me?
I think of my marriage immediately. My husband and I met in college, and
He's dreamy.
he
Zach is so dreamy. I mean, come on.
gosh,
Your
he's
husband's
so
pretty
dreamy.
dope. He's pretty dope.
No, he is so great. And we have this joke of we walk down the aisle like still not knowing each other at all. We did like the very typical Christian thing of, we met each other and a year later we were engaged and 5 months later we were married.
Okay.
And so like we started from what felt like ground zero and just the endurance to deal with the hard things, the emotional things. We both grew up completely different. So there's a lot of just things that at first we were not aligned on or getting through. But man, the endurance of marriage that I've seen, that's just through experiences, exactly what we were just saying. It's like, man, now we feel like we could go forever, like, and we will.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a gift to understand and realize like, all that crap that we had to go through, that was to build endurance for what's to come.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, if we talk about it in this journey, like just last week, we're talking about suffering.
Yeah.
At the point of endurance, you've already made it through the suffering, or you've endured that moment of suffering and that growth that's happening. You know, if you're working out, it's your muscle fibers all breaking down and you're like, I'm so sore. And we frequently found if I work out the next day, then that soreness and that suffering starts to wear off a little bit. It's when I just sit in it. I think you've already made it through the suffering. And so you've already got those, that muscle built to go, okay, I can endure this. I'm a different person. Yeah. That's why I think a habit I have of looking back, you talked about it, I think a couple weeks ago, like looking back over the last 12 months and just going, what have I endured?
That's good.
Where am I today that's different than I was there? Yeah. Because now it's caught, but I'm remembering what I've caught. You know what I mean? I have to engage my memory. Yeah. To go, no, I walked through that.
Right.
Okay, wait. This feels normal to me now.
Yeah.
When 6 months ago, that felt crazy.
Yeah.
That's really
you want to remember what you've endured? Journal.
Yeah,
because that's like the easiest tool for me is to go back and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even remember going through that. And now I get to talk someone else younger through that so that they can have that moving forward.
That's right.
Man.
That recap.
We were
is
talking
really
earlier.
good.
We all got kids, and it's like, you have 2 kids, and then somebody babysits one of them, and you're just down to 1 kid, and you're like, I used to be overwhelmed by one
right.
kid.
Yes.
Now this feels amazing. This feels like vacation,
Yes,
right,
so
or whatever.
good.
Yeah.
We do that so many spheres of life if we just pause and go, wait, what have I walked through?
Yep.
How am I different today?
Yeah. Let's get super practical. I love your journaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you. Hey, remember, look back 12 months. Like, what are some practical ways that keep you motivated when that endurance starts to wane? And let's just brainstorm. We can popcorn it. So,
Yeah.
I think one of the things for me is like reminding myself why I said yes in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a really important one for me. Like, hey, I said I wanted to do this because writing that down is really powerful for me. So that's one of the ways to stay motivated.
Yeah. Hot take. I love having friends that are just aggressively real and truthful with me. That when I'm like, oh, boo-hoo me, meh. Like they're like, no, you've done this already. Like pick up your boots or whatever the saying is, and like get going. Like my husband is that for me. My sister's that for me. Like they help me like pick my head and be like, oh yeah, I can keep going. I can get through this. And so having the right people around you to push you, I think is helpful.
I think that's so good.
Yeah.
Really simple. I mean, for me is gratitude. Like I started, I don't know, maybe 15 months ago, 3 things in the morning. Every morning, that's the first thing I do is I say 3 things to God I'm thankful for from the day before. And even if you take it specifically and go, all right, this thing feels like I'm having to endure it right now, the thing that feels painful, then choose that and say, where's my gratitude flow from that? It's remembering your why, but it's okay. What are the good things that I've been? What do I love about this, or what do I enjoy? And finding gratitude in that very thing that's causing you to endure because it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. This is the point in the journey where I think there's some endurance required.
Yeah.
Yeah. You played the game a couple times and you're like, all right, I got to do this thing again. All right, now it's getting real. And I just want to encourage you. What I've learned about endurance too is so true that the best of whatever it is that God is doing in my life, the best is going to happen through endurance.
Yeah.
Like there is a point at which you realize like, man, I needed all of this to experience the fullness I'm experiencing now.
Yeah.
And so just want to encourage you to keep going, whatever it is for you, whatever's going to help you stay motivated. We're here to be a team to help you do that. You've got your group, you've got the journey. Let's endure. And let's not stop short of all that God has for us.
Yep.